Hey Michael, it's Max Clausen. I wanted to share with you the market analysis that I did on your property on Andrews Drive. I went to Public Records and pulled up the statistics and information on your particular condo, showing that it's 808 square feet, one bedroom, one bath. Just about everybody fudges that bonus room on those to a two-bedroom, one bath, and that's definitely the way that I lean because it is such a nice big room. And you mentioned that you had kind of isolated that room a little bit more. The kicker is that it doesn't have an egress window. So in all bedrooms, you're supposed to have two ways to get out in case of a fire, and if you can't get out the door, you should be able to get out the window, and that doesn't apply. But that's just kind of what we've been doing on those is listing them as two bedrooms. So this is your information. Pretty quick and easy. You can stop this video at any time, pause it, and read more in depth about what I'm looking at. But I'm going to scroll through maybe a little bit quicker. So I went into the MLS and I pulled up all of the properties that have sold on Andrews Drive in the last 6 months. And I came up with 5 properties. And what I do is I take this MLS information and I import it into my own spreadsheet so that I can change things around and find averages, do some calculations, and kind of dress it up a little bit. I don't change any of the numbers, but I add some color in fonts and change the size of the font. So anyway, let me show you what I did there. Now we're going to look at your property in several different aspects, and I'm not going to come up with an absolute number today because I haven't visited your property and I just can't do that. But we're going to look at the recently sold comps in the last 6 months. So we have 5 of them. On average, was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and on average it was a little bit larger than yours, 10,025 square feet. On average, those last 5 that sold for $203,200, and they were average getting $200 a square foot. The days on the market, 1 week on the market before they went under contract. And so what I would do is I would, and that's what I've done every time I've sold one in there. It's always been a challenge from back in the day when they were HUD owned to now the last one that I sold, that we broke a record. That property is such a unique and really nice property, and it's very comparable to the stuff that's going on in Stapleton North. And just recently they've been starting to build stuff around to the east of there that's comparable, but it's been its own little island for quite a long time. And with the new light rail coming through and finally the fixing of those exterior water issues and the new facade on the exterior, that cloud has gone away. I used to only be able to sell them for cash because lenders weren't willing to lend on it when it had that unaddressed and still in a lawsuit for the exterior fixes. So, I've been through the whole gamut on these things, and recently we've been setting records. So what I want to do is I want to look at each of these individual 5 properties. I'm going to show you some photos and give you the stats on each one of those, and then you can apply your knowledge on your property as far as your fixes. You're going to see a couple that have had total remodels of the kitchens and baths, and some that are pretty much in original condition. So we're going to have to insert yours someplace in between, or maybe you've done all that updating and remodeling. So I go back to the MLS and I'm going to open up these properties. And so this one went on the market at $210 and it actually sold for $215. It is 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 978 square feet. So it's actually pretty comparable to yours in size, a little bit larger, but it also has that extra powder room, or the 3/4 bath. So it does have a little bit more to offer with that extra bath. So if we look at this property and look at the photos, you know, they have that hard surface. I remember when they sold this one, and you know, that's against the covenants, codes, and restrictions to have that hard surface. I think it was somebody on the board, to be honest. So it looks like this. I'm trying to figure out if that countertop, yeah, that's an undermount countertop. That's new. The countertop is new. I think the cabinets are probably original. The flooring is new. And then the stove, you know, it's a coil stove. There's nothing to write home about. It's nothing, you know, super high-end or whatever. But they have some nice colors. This is that bonus room that they have listed as a second bedroom. And this is actually the master bedroom. And so the master bath has some kind of a hard surface. I wouldn't say that it's granite necessarily. It looks like quartz. Has a nice view. Those views, it's hard to get a bad view off of that building. It's just a really nice building. So that's that one. Let's go to the next. This one, they started out at $210 and they went under contract for $200. They were 8 days on the market. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it's a little bit larger, 1,555 square feet. If we look at what does the inside look like, this one was vacant, and I think this one is pretty much original equipment from the builder. Original cabinets, original countertops, maybe new appliances, but I don't know. Pretty standard. The carpeting has some nicer looking paint color choices, maybe more modern. People like the browns and the grays. But yeah, original bathroom, pretty much all original. The next one, let me talk to you about this one first. They went on the market at $215 and they ended up selling it for $210. 10 days on the market. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,131 square feet. 1,131 square feet. Oops. Don't want to do that. Let's look at the photos of it. Again, it's the empty unit. I think these people both of these last two were using them as rentals, and then they put down some new carpet, cleaned them up, and sold them. So to me, again, it looks like original equipment from as far as countertops. That looks like linoleum in the kitchen. Nothing too fancy. Looks like they did upgrade maybe the appliances. So when they got rid of their renters, they probably had to put some new appliances in. But that was about it. New appliances, new carpet, new paint. Nothing too spectacular on this. There's a couple that are spectacular. The one that I broke the record with recently was spectacular. This one, I remember when they sold this. This one sold about the same time I sold that record-breaking one. And I don't, I was just astonished. These people were, it was a husband and wife team that were realtors that owned it. I think it was their rental, but it was way undersold. They sold it for 170 in one day. So I'm hoping there's a backstory on that one, that they sold it to somebody they owed money to, maybe. But they didn't do anybody any favors in the complex, because this is now of record a sale of this size unit, and this one, to be honest, is the one that's closest to yours. I'm not worried that yours is only going to get 170. I think I can do a lot better than that, but I don't understand. They sold this one for the least amount of money at the exact same time that I was selling that other one, and I got more than $50,000 more for that other one. Granted, it was a little bit larger and had an extra bathroom, but come on, $50,000? That's crazy. So this is a comp, but it was way undersold. It's very comparable in size to yours. And rotten pictures. These realtors, they do themselves a disservice by selling their own properties, I guess. So this one looks like original equipment. They might have done the fix up from the renter thing. They threw down some new carpet, took some dark pictures. The countertops are original. The cabinets are original. Probably the appliances. There's a coil stove. A little bit of a mix match of black and stainless. Very original tub. Funky looking tub. Has those handles on it. Yeah, nothing too exciting on that one. And definitely the price wasn't exciting. I don't know how that happened, but it did. I remember it. And then this next one is the one that I sold, and we went on the market at $218, and we were able to get $221, and I was sweating bullets on that appraisal because breaking the record by a lot, and I had to meet and have a conference with the appraiser to try to justify that, and the whole extra room that was a bedroom but isn't really a bedroom. So, but this one is 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it was actually not the biggest of, not even close to the biggest of the 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it was bells and whistles. She, and I'm not sure if you know Catherine Stefan. This was her place. Really total kitchen upgrade. And she had a big patio on hers too. It was an end unit. Or I guess it was facing west. But yeah, these single women with good taste, it looked pretty awesome. So even the granite in the baths. This is the bonus room that she had set up. New granite in that bathroom. This is the secondary bathroom. So it was a pretty sweet deal. So that's those properties in summary. This is actually a video marketing that I did. And I pulled the sound off of it, but this is Catherine Stefan's. This is that one that sold in the spring, in June, I guess. And so this just shows you some of the marketing that I do, with the professional photos and the website. And, it doesn't matter to me if I'm selling a $200,000 condo or a $2 million house. I do the same high quality, high definition photos. I don't take them because they wouldn't look like that if I took them. Here's another video from one that I sold early in 2017, and it's not showing up on the comps because I only went back 6 months, and this was more than 6 months ago. But it was the other one that I sold in 2017. There's the bonus room. Again, single woman with good taste. You know, she really did a nice job at fixing this up. I think this bathroom was pretty much original. But you'll see the kitchen. She went hog wild on the kitchen. And, you know, some of these browns and this color palette is what people like. So brown cabinets, and those were quartz countertops and new stainless appliances, and the backsplash and under cabinet lighting. And she did a tremendous job on that kitchen. But the bathrooms are really nice, but they are original. Let me see if I went back to the bathrooms. I guess if I talk long enough, I'll loop back around. Yeah, so here's her master bath, pretty much original right there. Nothing, yeah, it's all original except the color. So, you know, the kitchen is a big deal. But we were able to set a record on both of these, actually. But the record, you know, is continuing to go up. So going back to the grid, you know, I'm thinking that yours, I would put on at this number right around $200,000. And again, I'm going to have to come, you know, that's my goal. My goal is going to be get you as much as I possibly can. That's my goal. But I think a good position would be right in this number here. But I would have to visit your place, look at the view, look at how it's set up, and how you're updating. I know you've added some walls and stuff, so it'd be interesting to see. And as you stated, the storage capacity in those is limiting, and so any way you can make it more efficient and, you know, easier to live in, that's always going to look you know, it's always going to be better. You know, I was thinking back, this 309 that I sold, setting the record, and so it was really a good record because it has, you know, it's the third biggest one, and it sold for more than those others that were even bigger, even larger. And it sold significantly more, $11,000. And then, you know, this one again is this is the best comp as far as size to yours, and those people so drastically undersold it. I just don't even get it. You know, I'm thinking about this Andrews, or the 309, and that one didn't even have a designated deeded garage space. So that was kind of it was really a coup to sell it for that amount of money without the garage space. She was using a garage space down there, but unlike yours and unlike the vast majority of them, I think there was only 2. I did some research on it. There's only, I think, 2 in the building that don't have deeded garage spaces. Anyway, that gives you kind of an idea. I'm going to give you a call around the 15th of December. We just said mid, and so to me, mid is the 15th. But if you want to call me before then, please do. We can get something set up. I can get up there and take a look at it, talk to you a little bit more about the positioning and strategy and what it's going to take. And I would think that it's going to be best to get your property and go active January 2nd would be the soonest I would do it. You know, right now we're right in the middle of this holiday crunch. So anyway, that's it, Michael. I hope everything's going well with you getting your mom down to Texas. I have just recently dealt with that, and I'm dealing with that, and it's I know it can be very emotionally draining, if not physically draining. So my thoughts are with you, and if you want to give me a call, 303-726-0867. 303-726-0867.